Right. Hello, guys. Good evening. It's Queen Jamila here to do the post new moon readings. Okay. We had a very, very eventful new moon last night. Very, very, very interesting to say the least. Very cleansing, very refreshing, very revitalizing. I know that I'm still healing because I'm a healer. So being a healer is a whole other ball game out here. But at the end of the day, I am also a high priestess. So welcome to the channel. Make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button. If you need a private reading or consultation for spiritual services, the link to my website is below. So we just came out of a very powerful new moon and we're transitioning through Mabon. And this is especially, it's very important to understand where your position is within your own life, where your position is with other people, and to figure out whether or not you either accept it or not. You know, you should have probably done that before the new moon, but you know, we can't all be perfect. So I'm going to do an all signs reading for everybody this evening. And we're going to ask spirits what advice do they have for everybody individually going forward. Okay, so as you come in, guys, hit that thumbs up. Bear with me for just one moment. All right. So I'm going to start with an officiator this evening. Spirit guides, ancestors, guardian angels, ascended masters, what messages do you have for everybody that is watching in general? Show me one card to officiate over this whole reading. What messages do you have? Which card wants to officiate? The devil. The devil. Or in this deck, it's the shadow side. So I feel like in general, spirits is talking about your fears. What do you fear? What makes you cringe at night? Do you fear your spiritual self? Are you codependent? Are you on the correct path? Are you, oh, this is a good one. This is going to be for all of the obsessed people out there. I make sure you guys stay tuned because we're going to actually talk about obsession. So the devil can represent obsession. I never did understand obsessive people, but the reason, well, I do understand them, but my problem with it is that you are focusing all this energy on someone that will only use your energy for their purpose, and you're not focusing on yourself. I've always been a person that has believed in focusing on your path and staying in your lane. So I feel like that's the universal Spirits, what messages do you have for the Aries? Okay, moving forward, going into September. Yeah, it's almost September the 1st. I love, love, love the month of September. Oh my goodness. All right, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Hello, Jillian. Thank you for coming by and watching me live. Hit that thumbs up, please. Appreciate the support. Okay, what messages do you have going forward for everybody? I know it's going to be all about people that an obsession, either you have obsessions or others being obsessed with you. I know it's not a good thing to be obsessed with anything. I can tell you that. Okay. Feel like spirits want the message that they have for the Aries. You guys got the Seven of Pentacles. Very stagnated energy in the Seven of Pentacles is what I can feel. This is the perfect opportunity for you to, I feel like there is an earth sign for a majority of you Aries that literally has you held up in suspension. You can't make a move forward for some reason. I mean, yeah, the Seven of Pentacles can represent money, but also the Seven of Pentacles can represent imbalances in your Venus. You're sitting around, you're waiting, or either you're sort of like, I feel like this has something to do with your intimacy and your solar, not your solar plexus, I'm sorry, your sacral chakra. So I feel like there's slight imbalances that spirits want you to deal with, and it does have something to do with spirit attachment can change you. Spirit attachment can cause you to literally be held right there where you're at, not advancing. And I do think it has something to do with your love life. Don't wait too long, Aries, to move forward in your love life and making it right. Nobody's going to do everything perfect. Either you're waiting on that perfect person, which is never going to come. Nobody is ever going to be perfect, Aries. Or you're waiting on somebody to come back that tried to front like they was perfect. You knew they weren't. They're probably still stalking you. You're probably still stalking them. But love is not about having the perfect person. Love is about loving an imperfect person. Okay. So you're going to continue to meet up with these people that are going to bounce right off of you, walk away, not move forward. And the reason why is because you're either thinking the wrong way or they are when it comes to it. Yeah, love does not have anything to do with somebody being the perfect person or having the perfect body. Love is about loyalty as well. So you think there's no loyalty out there, but the loyalty that you find out there is the loyalty that you're going to find within yourself. I'm not clarifying tonight. I don't feel it. What's up, winner, winner? Hello. The Two of Swords comes up for the Tauruses. You guys have got to choose. You're making a life or death decision right now. Going forward, you are either doing it the right way or you're doing it the wrong way. One or the other. If all signs are pointing to you going in the wrong direction, then you need to go in the other direction. Also, be on the lookout for people trying to puppeteer you through controlling your mind. I feel like a lot of you, if you're still going in the wrong direction with the wrong people, you got to do that head work. Somebody's doing head work on you right now to control you. Okay. And let me tell you something, if somebody can control your mind, they can control everything about you. They can manipulate everything about you to where you're going on this destructive path. Right now, Spirit feels that everybody has some destructive energy in their past that they need to let go of. And guys, earlier I was actually doing a little bit of YouTube research and a little bit of Google research on Anton LaVey and his daughter Zena. And, she's trying to move forward from her dark roots of her father. Her past cannot dictate her future. She has every right to change and to growth because I feel like some of you are doing things that are detrimental to your health and your mental and spiritual well-being. Okay. Gemini's got the Five of Swords. The same thing goes for you. Do not allow people to create conflict, even if it is somebody that you have around you that is trying to control your mind, which, I don't really deal with people that try to control my mind. Uh, yeah, I just don't like it. But don't allow that whatever this Five of Swords is, you guys got the Five of Swords. Don't be slicker than a can of oil. Don't allow people to dictate or to put you into these fights and arguments and spiritual warfare. You guys are extremely sensitive. Okay. Don't allow people to manipulate your mind. When people can control your mind, they can control everything. You don't want to be involved with energies that are doing that because what goes up must come down and what goes out must come around. So you have to understand that whatever this conflict that you have going on, in general, especially for the Geminis, there's a demonic entity that's trying to keep you involved in that chaos. Now, the demonic entity, it's partially you, but I can see heavy manipulation around this Five of Swords as well as head work. Be on the lookout for head work, the Tauruses and the Geminis, as well as the Cancers. Cancers, you got the Page of Swords. So this is a person. This is an air sign. This is either a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius that is trying to control your head chakra. You have to protect your crown going forward. Also, be very clear in your communication. We do have the energies are in Mercury right now, which rules over communication. All of these three signs, everybody needs to meditate with Mercury frequency or Mercury sounds right now. Page of Swords represents an enemy that is trying to bring strife into your life, Cancer. This person is obsessed with you. Also, the other signs, yes, there is obsession that is ruling over a lot of us. Be very mindful of people, Cancer, that are obsessed with you as well as other people, because if there is an obsession with another person, you can't trust this person. Not really. Not really. You can't trust obsessive people. Not somebody that has an obsession. No, this is not a healthy mind. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's not a healthy mind. So just be on the lookout. What I can sense that the Page of Swords is talking about, moving forward, you want to cut communication with people that mean you dirty. If somebody does you good, but this includes social media, because I've actually talked to people that people in social media was able to do a significant amount of damage in their real life. Yeah, social media can be used for that purpose. So whoever this Page of Swords is, this is an enemy. And what you have to do is you have to protect your head. And you have to come out fighting. You got to come out swinging that sword. Doesn't mean that you have to communicate with that person, though. Cut off communication with that person is what Page of Swords is saying. Whoever it is that brings you negative energy, when you cut the communication, then this person can no longer affect you. And I'm talking about don't communicate with that person at all. Not by any means. Just cut it off. And y'all know who that person is. Whoever it is, it looks like it's an air sign. They do have some fire in their chart, or maybe even some earth. They've got either fire or earth in their, I'm sorry, but it's an air sign with like a fire rising or something is what I can see specifically, because what I can sense is that whoever this is, they have identity issues. They have identity issues, which means that there's something wrong with their brain or their root chakra. This person seems to be talking a lot, but has nothing to show for it. So I feel like Page of Swords is a spirit guide that is encouraging you and saying, hey, whatever this battle is, and I feel like a lot of Cancers. Another thing that I can sense from the Cancer reading is what Spirit is telling you is that natural telepath that you are. Hit the thumbs up, you guys. Okay, many of you Cancers are natural telepaths. And if people know about that, they can tap into that, and it can control your thoughts. It can control certain aspects. So that's quite a serious thing. I feel like the Tauruses, the Geminis, and the Cancers in particular, and then there's something going on with the Scorpios and the Virgos. Anybody that had an air sign card in this reading needs to protect their head. All of these cards were negative when it comes to air energy. All of them. Okay. The Aries people probably feel a little bit weirded right now. And the reason why you're kind of feeling a little off is because you're not grounded. Your sacral energy is not grounded. Some unseen force is interfering with your sexual energy, which is very, let me tell you, if anybody has anybody messing with their sexual energy, you got to go to war. Don't you ever let nobody mess with your sexual energy, ever. If you're not feeling beautiful, if you're not feeling just, y'all know that feeling that you get to where you just feel real warm and fuzzy. If you're not feeling that way, or if you can't obtain that feeling, and see, yesterday was really important for everybody to take their cleansing protection baths. In fact, I have a video that's going up. I'm debating on if I should put it up, and I'm going to come back and talk to you guys about that in a minute. But in particular, for some reason, these 3 signs in a row going forward. So this means that just making sure that you keep your third eye covered, making sure that you keep your head covered, making sure that you are saging, using either sage or palo or dragon's blood. Okay, you can use rosemary. There's a variety of sage sticks out there, but make sure that you're getting the ones that are the most powerful. Sage, dragon's blood, palo would be your most powerful. Okay. Leo's got the 10 of Wands. Stop taking on too much. That is your vice. That is your vice. You're taking on way too much, Leo. Taking on way too many people's burdens. I feel like the Leos today, a lot of y'all had backaches. A lot of y'all was feeling heavy in your shoulder area. Stiffness probably around your joints today. You got something on you. Oh, shoot. Be right back. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. I had to take that phone call. So, I feel like a lot of you Leos have been really, really feeling just heavy and weighed down. And what I will tell you is that you can't take everybody with you, Leo. So, I understand that you're dealing with a lot of you're dealing with a generational hex. You are dealing with a generational hex where you have an elder possibly that made the wrong decision. They were weak. They took the easy way out. They didn't fight for their family. They didn't fight for their bloodline. And now you're fighting the good fight. You know why? Because you are the one that's strong enough to do it. So give yourself some time to rest. Also, many of you need a fire ritual. That 10 of Wands is not a good sign. I could sense that something was going on with each and every one of these signs because I know people of every single zodiac sign. And, and then I'm a Leo rising. So I felt that today too. And then also dig deeper. Stop paying it, especially the Geminis. Geminis, dig deeper. Dig deeper. Stop tripping off of these insignificant people in social media that, yeah, they do represent something. They do represent that negative energy sometimes, but sometimes you got to dig deeper within self. It's what spirits want everybody to know. Okay. Virgos, you guys you can go back about 5 or 10 minutes and you'll catch the Leo reading winner. Virgos, you guys got the 4 of Swords. So you guys need rest and recuperation. Okay. And then also, it's time to take a break, Virgo. It's time to take a break. Put up your protection, sit back and think and get you some time away from whatever troubles you. It's time for y'all to take a break. Now, if you can't take a break, then you need to start thinking more strategically about your plan of action with whatever spiritual warfare that you're dealing with. But I feel like it's time for the Virgos to sit back and take a rest. A lot of we're in Virgo season and y'all not celebrating. Y'all just like the Jehovah Witnesses of the zodiac. The Virgos are the Jehovah Witnesses of the zodiac. Why you not? We're in Virgo time. What is the problem? Why is this so difficult for you? A lot of y'all are getting older, wiser, but your reaction to it is, you're jittery, you're, you know, making yourself sick with worry and all kind of crap. It's time for you to take a rest and chill out, take a nice spiritual bath and chill. Okay. Um, Libra's got the Two of Wands. Spirits is directly talking about your identity. This don't have nothing to do with no love because this ain't no love reading. This is a general reading. Two of Wands represents your identity. Okay. There could possibly be a fire, air, or earth sign that you are identifying with that might be a little harmful for you. You have to find your own self within yourself. That's what Spirits is talking about. Finding your own power, setting out there to discover self. Stop staying focused on other people. Libra, you're constantly focused on someone else. It's time to focus on yourself and have your own identity. That is your main vice, is that you avoid self and you focus on other people. Well, I mean, again, that makes no sense to me at all. It really doesn't. Same thing with the Scorpios. Scorpios need to discover who you are. Also, this Knight of Swords does represent a spiritual enemy that is kind of like a negative subconscious blockage. Somebody living in your head 24/7. This is a court card that comes up. So whoever this is an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. You may have identified with this person way too much. Look at yourself. Okay. Yeah, you have to look at yourself. And then also, I feel as though this Knight of Swords is somebody that put a negative perception out there on you. If they did that, don't play along with that negative perception. Don't go along with it. And then also clear the air. Cut ties with this person if you have to. If you keep responding to something negative that somebody says about you, then it'll make it look like it's true. If you keep responding, if you keep paying attention to it, there must be some truth to what that person is saying. And it could have something to do with past life transgressions because we're coming up on the Fool card. The Fool card at its basis is what you reincarnated to be. What was your life path? You may have forgotten it. Now you're having flashbacks. So the Sagittarius, you guys got the Fool card. But the same thing for the Scorpios. You guys need to focus on the fact that this is a new life, a new incarnation, and that the past has nothing to do with that, even if you did something in the past in this life. Sagittarius has got the Fool card. So this is where you set out and you embark on a journey and you don't care about what other people think. You don't be the person that those people accused you of being either. Okay? Feel like the Fool card represents a powerful new beginning though. And this is one of the more positive readings out of the ones that I've done. but along with the devil being the officiator, this is where you cut ties, you cut them chains with that devil. And that devil does have something to do with your head and your heart. It's got something to do with that. Capricorn's got the Seven of Cups. Don't allow negative entities to keep you delusional or in an illusion, in a loop to where you want things and you want things, but you can't have them, Capricorn. That is the specific message that Spirit has for you today with the Seven of Cups coming up. Also, if you're having problems with like home and work, you need to prioritize. If you feel like you got a slew of things to do, then you, first of all, you need to start at the basis of it and take yourself a spiritual bath. The Seven of Cups says to me that a person needs to take a spiritual bath. And you really need to meditate in that water, sage your house, maybe even do a special floor wash for the house. You know, instead of just using your Pine Sol, throwing in some devil's shoestring or something in there to get rid of that. Yeah. I've got a spiritual bath video coming up, but I got to come and do a disclaimer on it after this. Capricorn, the Seven of Cups coming up, going forward. Don't lie to yourself about certain things because you can self-injure yourself. Be honest with yourself about what it is that you're dealing with. I will tell you that I can see a water sign person um, that you may have some sort of obsession with. And it may have something to do with love. And see, it takes a big person to admit when they have a problem. And see, that's what people like me are here for. Because whether or not it's meant for you to be with that person in 1 month, a year, or either 10 years, you still have to live life. You can't keep being held on like you just dangling on a string to this person. And you may have been putting your baskets into your heart into something that you shouldn't have faith in. Again, guys, with spirituality, with this devil card coming up, there are a lot of people that are very limited in their thinking. So when you're going to see these spiritual gurus, keep in mind, are they doing as much as possible to free me? Are they trying to work with me or against me? Are they trying to keep me? Like for me, you can pay your spiritual debts with me. I charge money for spiritual work. I do free readings on YouTube, but when I do spiritual work for you, I charge. Okay. And you don't necessarily want to be dealing with a spiritual guru, just like I was talking to just a couple of people about this whole initiation thing. Sometimes you're being indoctrinated. So be careful. Deal with somebody that is as free minded and gives you as much free will as possible. So I feel like I can't help but to feel as though there's manifestation work that is being done that is not coming through. And it's because you got a bad guru. Because it's a lot of spiritualists out here, y'all. They'll attack other spiritualists. They say, she gonna take all our clients. What? How is that even spiritually possible? They don't have an understanding of that, and they're at a basis of fear. So that's gonna go for the Capricorns. Either way, I feel like a lot of y'all are dealing with that, especially if you're trying to advance spiritually. And you know, I like for example, I do have an apprenticeship program and I do teach magic to people, but it's not on a level to where you have to be tied to me forever. If you want to be tied to me and I want you to be, then yeah, we can be friends forever. We can have a coven. We can build whatever we want together, but I don't need you to be codependent on me. I'd rather teach you your own power, because when somebody teaches you your own power, they are freeing you. Okay? They are freeing you and they are not trying to hold you in chains. And that's just the reality of it. Um, because I've had thousands of clients. Thousands. Like I'm not even kidding you. Just do 365 days in a year times 6. That's how many clients I've had per year since I have started my witchy business. Okay. So, I don't need to. I mean, there's some of my clients, yeah, they come back consistently for work because maybe they may not be interested in witchcraft. But, other than that, there the spirits want us to help people in vast numbers, which is why I have the numbers. Okay. Moving on to the Aquariuses, the 9 of Cups comes up. Prosperity, abundance, blessings, being happy. This is what's coming up for the Aquariuses. The Aquariuses did get one of the more positive cards in this reading. Doesn't mean that if you're an Aquarius, all positive things are going to be for you, because if you've got this Devil card to where you are tied to negative entities and negative people that bring in negative, and I'm not talking about, because a lot of people work with demons. There's a lot of dark witches that work with demons. There's a lot of people that work with dark witches. No, we're talking about people that are working with entities that are there to harm them. That is what doesn't make any sense. You don't keep a bad negative spirit that is doing harm to you. So I feel like the 9 of Cups also represents that whole Jesus thing where, Jesus was being betrayed by his friends. I've seen many of people do that. I feel like a lot of you Aquariuses need to hear this. You have friends around you. I can see them, but there's a couple of them that are doing things to you to harm you because they're not your friends. And then they're blaming it on somebody else. So keep that in mind. And then not just Aquarius, is all of y'all. Every last one of y'all have that going on to where you have no foresight about that. I've actually seen, people and entities that are so manipulative, and they're manipulating all of us. Every time you feel the need to come on here and argue with somebody and tell them that they booty stink, or tell them that they ugly, or tell them that there is a negative entity that is controlling that behavior. Trust me, spending that time enjoying life is probably what a lot of people need to do. So if you've got a bunch of negative stuff going on in your life, please, please understand and look to the right of you. You don't blame somebody that don't even want nothing to do with you. I've seen people doing that. I've seen fake friends doing work on people, and they'll lie to you and they'll say, oh, this person did that to you. Any of my friends that I get mad at and I put curses on them, and I'll reverse it and tell them, look, I reversed it. So something's up with that. Keep an eye on that, because I can see that. And I can also see, especially with the 7 of Cups being right next to it, I can see emotional spending, emotional eating, somewhat of like codependency, burden, and then people putting burdens on you. Okay. And for me, I just don't do that. I really don't. I don't commingle with the enemy. I don't. Some of y'all do that. I don't do that. Okay, because those things can lead you to death. Which Pisces, you guys got the death card. So there's an intense change that is happening. I feel like I can't help but to feel in my heart chakra that a lot of you, including the Aquariuses as well, a lot of Aquariuses, and now keep in mind, these are just general readings. It's not going to be the case for everybody. Many of you have cut cords with dark entities and dark spirits that were not serving your divine purpose in life. Because if you wasn't getting what you want, what's the point in working with these dark entities if you're not actually getting what you want? So a lot of y'all severed the ties, cut folks off, even though they was threatening to kill you. I'm gonna cut your head off if you cut it off. Well, I guess I'd rather take that chance. But standing up and saying, well, you can't do that to me. What are you talking about? So I feel like the death card does represent if you did do that, like, okay, if you didn't, there could be a problem. I'm not throwing out any more cards. I'm just using these 12 cards. What I can tell you is that the harsh advice of it is that if you didn't sever ties with those folks, then it's going to lead to more. Yeah, cut off all them folks. Anybody that was negative, don't cut off Jamila. Jamila's positive. Jamila's good. You know, I can temporarily become possessed by a bad spirit, but I pick myself up and I keep it moving. That's why I can call myself a high priestess, because I can be trusted. And I'm talking about trusted with your life. But I feel like there's some dark entities, some dark people that knew what no good. Like even as you sat at the table with them, you knew. Like there wasn't even a moment that you ever trusted them. There wasn't a moment that you could even connect with them. You disconnected from those people. Okay. Now, of course, everybody has negative spirits every now and then. This is a person that you knew their intent was bad. You just knew it was bad. It was never any end game. It was the end game was them destroying you, and that was why they was up in your face. You cut ties with them people. Some of you did, some of you didn't. Some of you are learning very hard lessons, in particular with this new moon that came up. So you're in a transition to where there's either good change or bad change coming to you. Also I feel like a lot of you are going forward, Pisces. You were the only major arcana besides the Sagittarius. So going forwards, Pisces, I feel like your spiritual gifts have advanced. So a lot of you may be running into a lot of spirits. A lot of people don't understand that when that's happening to them, especially with this devil officiating over the reading. Okay, it says a lot as to what is going on in the world. And I was just saying that many of us are being, yeah, we are being used, but it's only when we are doing stupid. If you doing smart and you're not doing stupid, then you may be okay. But I feel like with the death card coming up, I feel like a lot of y'all cut some people out of your life that you were supposed to. So if you got cut off of any of the signs, or any kind of message that spirit gave you that was negative during this new moon, or if spirit keeps telling you over and over again a negative message about yourself, and you know it deep down, but you want to hold on to it. For example, if you're obsessed with somebody, you know deep down why you're obsessed with that person. People are usually obsessed with people either because they're jealous, they want to be them, or they have this deep down self-hatred for themselves. So I feel like there's something that, especially if you're obsessed with somebody, is something that you're supposed to be learning from that person, evidently. Because if you don't learn it, then you're still going to be in the clutches of the devil if you're just ignorant to that fact. Mm-hmm. Then I will tell you that a lot of you Pisceans, your spiritual, more spiritual gifts of mediumship is going to start manifesting for you guys. Just on a spiritual tip. So you guys need to be prepared for that because we do have the autumn equinox coming up, and then we're going to shift. And yes, spiritual activity does increase literally in September. Okay. Yeah. Going towards Halloween, guys, as a witch, this is when I am literally not only my most powerful, but I'm also the busiest around this time of the year. And it is just crazy. And, guys, just speaking on a business standpoint, the reason why people chase after me, focus on me, is because they want my energy. That's the reason why. So I have a lot of that, people after my energy. And especially coming up for this fall because, everybody and their mama comes to me for spell work, and they want to know what it is that I'm doing. What are you doing? How are you doing this? How are you getting thousands of clients per year? Okay. So, we are transitioning. Everybody is transitioning. Okay. Anyway, guys, I'm going to come back in a few minutes. I want to talk to you guys about a couple of things. Make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button. Thumbs this video up. I appreciate the support. Also, I do take donations, but few and far between. I hardly ever get donations, but I do take them. Um, I mainly deal in the more so higher aspects of magic. So if you guys need to reach me um, for authentic spiritual work, the link to my website is below, as well as readings. Okay. I also do provide spiritual guidance for young witches, old witches, in between witches, as well as training for empaths. Okay. You're welcome, winner, and I'll see y'all later. Love and light.